seasoning, so I want to offer you some free samples.
Come on. Okay, thank you.
The question I was going to ask, do you think it's beneficial to make the TikToks in-app? Because right now we have a videographer and we traditionally do the videos and then we edit them in like whatever software he uses and then just manually upload them. Do you think there is a benefit to doing like the actual recording, editing within the TikTok app itself, or is it kind of whatever?
Well, they all want you editing in their app. That's just what they all want, right? But all of my videos are filmed on my phone and editing CapCut, and I have great success. So just don't do anything in Reels.
Got it.
And bring it. Don't do that and bring it over. Never. But you can edit anywhere else, and it's just fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
cool.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
You're so nice.
Of course.
I like pickles too.
Yeah, okay, so you also don't have to use those on like wings or anything like that. You can use it for like dips. There's QR codes in the back for
Are these all the flavors?
No, so we just launched a sesame chili citrus one, and we have a whole bunch of crazy stuff. We have a seasoning that tastes exactly like
Look
a
at
burger.
that.
Yeah, without needing topping, so it tastes like pretty much a Big Mac. So pickles.
You want to give me more? Let me know, girl. 'Cause I'm like this. Wow. Yeah. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
You're so nice.
Thank you.
Hi. Emily.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Give me a hug.
How are you?
I'm doing
You're
good.
Wonderful,
Thank you.
So I work for a private preschool,
Okay.
and honestly, we're probably one of the most expensive in San Diego.
Oh wow. Okay.
So we're trying to figure out like the best way to market for like our parents, but also like
What are you trying to promote?
just the
For
school
them to-
in general, and to enroll and to show off kind of what we have.
So the first thing is you have to ask yourself the question of like, what do the parents want? What are the things that they enjoy? I'm not a parent, so I don't know the answer to that.
I'm not
those
either.
those of y'all that are parents, y'all speak up. If you were gonna take your kid to a school, what are the top 3 things you would love to see on a video? If you were a parent, kids having fun. Okay.
And that's the thing, is like trying to have that balance of like showing the kids and not like
Okay. Without showing the kids. Okay. Okay. What else? Safe environment. Okay. The activities that they do. It's really about, because like you're trying to appeal to the person who's going to bring the people to the school, right? Without exposing the kids, right?
I mean, we do put the kids on, but like
If you're allowed,
should,
yeah.
right.
So what would I do first? If that was me and I'm trying to figure it out, I probably would, is it a preschool or?
It's a preschool.
Okay.
So it's like 18 months old to we're just now
Let
getting
me
into
see.
kindergarten.
1 second.
And like we have some good. This is our page.
No, I'm going to show you what I would do.
Okay.
I'm going to the search and I'm typing in preschool, right? And then what I would do is I go, okay, what are the top things? So this has 14,000 likes on it. They're showing the kids art, right? So that's number one. That's the best video so far on TikTok. So I would go here and I would be looking at what are the top videos that are showing up in preschool.
Okay.
And then come up
Which
with
is crazy because some of our videos have like 50,000 likes,
Yeah.
like 1 million
Yeah.
views and stuff. So why would it not be showing up? Do you
in the
think?
search.
Yeah. Like this one has.
It could be because it's not
1.1
indexed. So typically, if you, when you're on TikTok, if you're saying like preschool, elementary school, or whatever, and it's indexed properly in your video, text on screen, in your description, when you go and search, then that's what's gonna pop up first.
Okay.
So those are the best indexed videos. It doesn't mean that they're the most popular.
Okay.
They're indexed properly. So like if
Gotcha.
you're a San Diego preschool, you want to always have San Diego preschool in everything that you do. That's like he was saying earlier, I'm famous in Houston on accident. Because I created a separate account on TikTok and I said, I want to make friends in Houston. I want to date in Houston. I want to get attention to people in Houston. So I tag everything Houston. And now everywhere I go in Houston, they're like, don't I know you? And I'm like, oh, it's
So like
TikTok.
captions and on the video should say like San Diego preschool.
Yep.
And stuff like that. Oh.
So all of my hashtags are always San Diego preschool, yada, yada, yada. And
Okay.
then text on screen, 100%.
Love it.
But I would be binge watching what is performing the best with them.
Okay.
And that gives you an idea because the parents are the one that are engaging with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's already telling you, hey, this is what they want to see, and you give them more of that. That doesn't mean that that's all, but you can kind of start there with more of that.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Yay!
it.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey y'all, what's up, girls? Okay.
Hot dogs.
Where you from? I'll show you.
No, I'm South African.
I'm sorry.
From the UK.
Oh wow. Okay. Where you
from
from?
the UK.
Oh, nice to meet you.
So we work together.
Okay, cool.
So we both have 2 individual colonic irrigation clinics.
Who?
Colonic.
Colonic. Okay.
So, and then we use that to drive traffic to our brand where people buy gut health products, etc.
Oh.
So the issue that we have is that we have to put something at the front of the on here to cover it up to start off with. Otherwise, we're going to get banned by TikTok.
Okay. Yeah.
Because our content is poo in a tube.
Yeah.
So people see the results of the colonics. So
Yeah.
they're popular. But
Yeah.
We've got to cover it up. So we're putting a red triangle And then we're noticing everything that you're recommending has got nothing on there. You know, like TikTok gives you the option to put all of the screens
Like a banner.
like a banner at the front.
Well, yes, so you only can see the banner on your profile.
Right.
So like if I saw your video on the For You page, I don't see that this thing here, the green thing. I don't see that. I only see what happens in the video first.
Only when I go back to the.
Only when they're on your profile do they see
They'll
the
see the
banner.
banners. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now if you have a video and you're putting a card like that triangle on it in the video, I'll see that first.
Triangle, yeah.
But everything else you don't see first. You
don't
only
see
see
the
it
banner.
here. Right.
So what we need to do is we need to put something behind that banner so that if people are just scrolling, they're going to see
Yeah.
that as
So
well.
I would probably put the what's the little fuzzy thing? It's like it shows like fuzz or whatever.
Like pixelating.
Like pixelating.
Yeah, I would do that instead of something that like you see what I mean?
That's going to, tension, right?
Correct. Yeah. And then even when you put that fuzzy thing, you'll say something cheeky, like right there on top of it that says like poop here, keep watching if you wanna, and it's like
Shit's
so that
about to go down.
yeah, you probably can't say SHIT, but you can say
Exclamation T.
yeah, it's about to go down,
That's what
and
we
then
do.
and now they're like, okay, what is it? So now you got their attention, and TikTok is happy.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you.
Yes,
you.
you're welcome. Y'all are so cute. Hey,
Hi, I'm Kat.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, okay. That was awesome. You did
Thank
great.
you.
So I feel like this conference has been a little bit tricky because it's like really focused on like personal, like kind of creators or companies that people own.
Yeah.
I work for a brand. I work for a manufacturer.
Okay.
And we are based out of Maryland, which is cool because I feel like a lot of times it's not USA based, and
Yeah.
people love that. We do commercial lawnmowers, and so we're
Okay.
strictly like commercial landscapers, and it's all like middle-aged men.
Yeah.
Basically, is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
target.
for sure.
So I think one of the biggest things that I kind of struggle with is one, like there's not a ton of women in the industry, and men don't always trust like a women's kind of perspective. But then like, how do I don't know. I guess like how do I take what you were talking about and maybe put that towards like mowers, and then also.
So are you talking about the people on TikTok trusting, or the marketing, the people trusting you as a marketer in the company?
I like people like landscapers and stuff online. Like,
Okay.
obviously I have my job reasons, so they all trust me. But like, I guess I don't know. Like showing my face or anything like that wouldn't be a good idea. And I guess what would be a good way to maybe grab attention in that way?
Because you're trying to sell commercial mowers to people that buy commercial mowers, right?
Yes.
So you just got to use creativity. So it's like whether they trust your opinion or not, it's like you just have to find a way to connect with them. Now it sounds kind of weird when I say this, but like when you were talking, I just kept seeing like a mower going past, and I saw you like running towards trying to grab the mower. I saw like you were doing weird things on the while it was going. But you also can involve other people in the content if they allow you to, right? So, but also what I would say, pull up TikTok and type in lawnmower, right, in the search. Because I don't think that it's necessarily they don't trust your opinion, that you just got to get their attention and talk their language,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Because it's like, not that I wouldn't trust that you know about lawnmower, but you keep talking long enough, I'm gonna be like, oh, this girl really knows lawnmowers. And it's the same thing that will happen with them, right? There's a girl on Instagram, a woman on Instagram, and she's an interior designer, but she also builds houses and all this type of stuff. And initially you see her as this little blonde girl, but when she kept telling her story, she's like a power player on the NASDAQ. You're like, you do what by day? And so now that her respect level for that, plus what she builds, they're not even talking to her as a blonde, beautiful girl. They're like, she knows what she's talking about. Right. So it's like, how you're showing up? And eventually you just become who they trust. It might be just how you feel. And I get it, you know, like it's a male dominated, so you expect, and you're probably experiencing some things, but you get to decide, like you get to force them to kind of respect by how it's showing up, right? So I would probably be here, and I would see there's the top videos, and I would be mimicking some of what I'm seeing here. You're not really even seeing them in the videos, right? Not saying you got to do all that, but
What if now, to make it a little bit trickier, I work remote, so I don't have necessarily full
equipment.
access to use equipment. I do go like into the factory and like into the office, but not.
So you guys are going to
super
have to actually
frequently.
have content days.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna it's something that may have never been done before with them, but there has to become like, here is this day once a month that we actually film content, because otherwise you don't have anything.
Right.
And then what they're filming is probably not what you
Right.
need to film video.
I use a lot of like user generated stuff,
Yeah.
and like moist tagging, and like we have some stuff, but I want to be able to take what we have and make it
Yeah.
so much bigger, and
Yeah.
that's just kind of the tricky part. So.
Yeah, I think that y'all, even if it's just once a month and you're getting as much B-roll as possible. That's one thing that we do. Like once a month, I film like for an hour. I get like 100 videos, all B-roll, and then my team in Indonesia, now they get to do what they need to do with it. And so I think that initially, like especially like 3 or 4 times doing it, then you'll have more than enough. You won't ever have to film again unless y'all have another something that comes out or whatever. But you do have to get the actual content that is y'all's, and they have to give you the space to actually create and give you what you need with the lights and all that type of stuff, because that's what's going to do because you know what's needed, you just don't have the ability to get it because you're not there. But like it's kind of like this one, I just saw somebody doing something weird just happened, and you have these moments where that can happen. Or if they're giving you a content day, then you're like, look, you 3 are doing this and this, and now you're getting the content from the people on them versus you having to be on them.
Right. Okay.
But they have to buy in, and you got to show them why they should buy in, and showing them other successful people who sell what they sell is what's going to help with the buy-in.
Okay.
Because you saying it is not going to be enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
But that's
I
the start.
appreciate it. Yeah,
You're welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey y'all, thanks for waiting. Hey girl. What's your name?
I've been lurking. I'm Chan Moran.
Oh, hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm from Austin originally.
Oh yeah, nice. Okay. I don't hear the accent, but that's okay.
Well,
Where you at
I've been
now?
living out here a long time.
Oh,
San
okay.
Diego.
Oh yeah. Okay. What's your question?
So I'm an author. I've written.
Will you take this?
35
I'm sorry. Thank you.
I've written 35 books, 12
Whoa.
USA Today bestsellers.
Nice.
And indie published. So for the most part, yeah.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Congratulations.
I got my rights back. And,
Ooh.
so we're
Okay.
good. And so I've just started on TikTok. I mean, I'm not really getting any traction, except that I did post one that.
And what are you creating? What are you creating about?
Well, I write. I'm trying to sell books. I've got a Shopify store, and so I'm trying to lead people there. I
Okay.
sell bundles.
Oh,
And
okay.
So I'm trying to do.
And what's the main topics of them?
Beach books. They're beach books. Fun.
Oh.
Series. Happy Ever
Oh,
After.
yeah.
And a lot of 40+ books.
Ooh,
So, women
yes.
40+.
Okay.
So.
And you said not getting much traction.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay.
Except I did do one.
Okay.
That got about 100,000 views.
Ooh,
and I went,
okay.
Whoa. Because,
Okay.
I've been in the 1,000 range.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
So and it was one where I was just talking about. I'm on a plane. I'm going across the country. I'm starting over.
Yeah.
And people started just pouring in with advice for
Ooh.
me. And I thought, I felt like I was misleading them in a way. But yet some people were saying, "Oh, I've read that book. I've read that book. That's a great
Ooh,
book."
yeah.
So is that the kind of thing that I should be?
I was about to tell you, there are so many people that are selling books through that. Like there's some people who they're not even selling their own books, but they're like doing their own makeup, telling this dramatic story, and at the end they go, and then the book is called da 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 da, and people go to buy the book to get the rest. So like I feel like that the people are liking you, they want more of you on TikTok, and you have a lot of different ways you create content. What you just did, what you were talking about with telling a story, you felt like you were misleading them, and you can say, and then this book, and you can lead them to the book or whatever. But I also feel like you can be reading some of the juiciest. There's a lot of different things you can do. But you can be reading juicy parts to the story. Like,
Oh well, no, there's some.
But it doesn't have to be sexy stuff. It just could be juicy stuff. It could be fun stuff. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, you don't know what the thing is until you try it. So right now, one of the content you can create is what you did. I got 100,000. So then you want to try like 4 or 5 other different content styles. And then once you see, oh, this one works, then you go, okay, now I got 2 content styles that work. And then you try 3 or 4 more things and you go, oh, this one works. So now you've got 3 styles and you keep creating content in that style. But I would also encourage you, like, are you familiar with Book Talk?
Yes.
Okay, so I would probably type in Book Talk, and I'm a big search person on TikTok, and I would binge watch what's working extremely well, and that's going to give you a lot more examples of ways to create your own content. So instead of you trying to figure it out like being the most creative person, this one way works, but let me go and see what other ways they're doing it, and then you can go test it on your own.
What I've noticed is a lot of the Book Talk channel, it's about the readers that are talking about the books, not so much about the authors talking about them.
But that creates a gap. That means that if everything is all about this, there's a gap for you to actually be that. Because if everybody else is not doing it, it doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means it's not being done. right? And it may be a little harder because nobody's doing it or whatever, but it also creates that gap for you. But that's like for me, like me talking about TikTok created a space for me, but everybody was like, that's crazy. What are you doing? But it's taking me all the way to the bank because I'm like, I just keep doing it. Well, everybody's like, TikTok's going to get banned. And I'm like riding that wave. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. And now guess what's happening right now? Everybody's like, hey, can you help me with TikTok again? So you're starting something and you just have to like get better at it, I guess, when you're doing it. And you will see how people now they want the author. They don't just want the book. And they're like, when you writing the next book? You see what I mean? Yeah. Good? Yeah, for sure. Message me.
Already did.
Hey guys, more questions? Hey y'all. Yes, go.
Quick question.
Come on, Michael.
Yeah, hi.
I think they're filming, so like, you know.
Hi, hello. My name is Michael. I'm also with Isabella.
Oh, hi.
And funnily enough, actually, we're
Ah!
probably in chat.
Okay.
We are authors as well. We work with authors.
Ah.
Specifically, we work with Author Nation. It's the largest indie author conference in
Okay,
the
yeah.
country.
Okay.
It's in November this year. We would be interested in having you as a speaker.
Oh,
That's something that you're into.
yeah. That'd be so fun. Where's it at?
It's in Vegas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Vegas. No, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, awesome. We'll follow up over email. And
Okay.
We can work with your team and
I don't
see
think I
what
have
you
my,
have.
oh, will you have me, I
Until
got
we
a
get-
card in
yeah.
that.
Oh,
I'll
so
give you.
have a specific card.
Yeah, I have a card. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
beautiful. Then we'll reach out there.
Also,
Yeah.
I saw you speak at CEX in
You
May.
did.
Fantastic, yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, thank you.
Beautiful.
There was like 10 people in the room, and I was like, it's fine. We're going to go after it.
It was fantastic. The programming chair said to me before I came here, I was like, are there any speakers you want me to try to see and talk to who might be interested? She's like, you gotta go talk to Keenya.
Ah, that is so nice. Tell her I said thanks. Now y'all got to give me a hug.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Great.
That is so
You're great.
fun. And y'all know her.
Yeah.
We had dinner the other night.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun. That's so cool. Hey, girl. Hey.
Thank you.
To your director, I said, hey. Thank you. You, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Is this being recorded for you?
No, I think it's for some, this.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wasn't sure, so I would have left it great. To use as a testimony.
What's your name?
Kevin.
Nice to meet you. Give me a hug or, you know. Okay.
Where do you live?
Houston.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I loved your talk.
Thank you.
I've done some work with Brennan Kane from Hook Point. I don't know if you follow his stuff at all. He does a lot of studying the science of virality in
Oh.
like a very data-driven way, and I learned new things from you that I didn't from
Thank
watching
you.
that, so
Yeah.
super cool.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so wanted to share that, and then I had an idea come through while I was watching the presentation for a use case application.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to hear
Okay.
how you would approach it with the thing you had. So I help people with love and relationships, marriage, divorce, breakups as well.
Yeah.
I've had this idea for a campaign that, and it's perfect because you're basically like the main problem is we're just like not speaking the same language as humanity. Like we don't have, just even a shared vocabulary of how to like work through conflict or anything. And so I've had this idea for a while. And then seeing the Duolingo thing on the thing, I came up with Unolingo. And then
Wait, Uno. Oh, I
yeah,
see. Oh, okay,
the-
yeah.
Basically
The one language.
universal language for love.
Yes.
And so I'm a marketer, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
a bunch of different angles, but I'm curious how you would, like if the concept's there, I mean, it can go like 10 different ways, but
Yes.
like what would you do? What would you do next to create?
So my brain immediately went to, you might not want to go Uno Lingo because you could get messed up with the trademarks and stuff with the
You think
name.
so?
Yep. Even though they're two totally,
don't-
because it's still
yeah.
language. It's like they're learning a language and you're saying speak one language. I would probably use something like ChatGPT to give you a different one. I wouldn't go there with that. Just
Even
the
for-
concept. I
even
love the
for-
concept.
You think even for an ad, like I'm not.
Nope, I wouldn't do it. Because I think the concept is there, but I think that you're gonna run into some issues with that name.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Well,
so.
Okay. So then, how would you name aside? Like,
Yeah.
How would you apply like the type of thinking and the strategies you taught to communicate that in a compelling way? Like,
Because who are you
7
directly
to 10
talking to?
seconds?
Like specifically, you talking to?
I mean, anyone
Well,
who has
well,
relationship-
the first thing that's coming to my mind
you
is
can tell who buys the stuff.
because you're talking about people who are in relationships trying to figure out how to speak the same language, right?
Or even single people who experience relationship
Right.
challenges because of a lack of ability
Yeah.
to.
For sure. So 2 things came to my mind immediately. It is 2 people. She's saying, can you, they always say, can you put the food in the refrigerator? She says it to the man. And he goes, sure. And then she wakes up the next morning, there's a big old pot in the refrigerator. And what she was actually asking him to do was to take the stuff out of the pot, put it in a little bowl and put it in the refrigerator. They both, the same thing, but they spoke a whole different language. That's the first thing that I saw, was like her saying for this, but then this happened. Or he's saying her, hey, can you hand me the, whatever the tool is? And she's like, looking at the tools like, I don't know what this is. And she brings him the whole box because she doesn't really understand what's going on. And he doesn't know that they're not speaking the same language because he thinks she knows what's going on. That was the first thing. 2 different people. But then I kind of saw whoever is on the account, they're actually acting as the same person. It's like the same person acting as 2 different people. But you see what I'm saying? It's like you're telling them.
So instead of having 2 actors, have
the one actor.
Person acting as both the girl.
Yes, that's kind of like I kept referencing Austin Armstrong. That's something that Austin has done brilliantly. He'll have one shirt on and then he'll have his hat backwards and he's like a whole different person. And all those videos shoot because it's like, and it's easy to film, it's easy to edit, and it's easy to understand for the person on the other side of the screen. Those are just the 2 things that initially came to mind for me. Yeah.
And do you put any CTAs in that, or do you just rely on people to go to your account?
So you can't say link in bio. You can't put text on screen saying link in bio. No, don't do that on any platform because they will all suppress your content. So that's why so many people are using chat bots to say type this word and then the chat bot is sending them a message. But most times I'll say visit my profile or I ask them to comment because then I can follow up with every single one of those people. You see what I mean?
So
TikTok, the chat.
So you can say comment on my video.
Or you can just say, you can ask a question. Has this ever happened to you before? And then they're commenting saying, yes, it's happened to me. Or tell me about one of your scenarios before. Or type the word language if this has ever happened to you before. And now you got all these people typing language and now you can go and have conversations back. Now on Instagram, there's a chat bot that they can type language and they can send them a DM and Facebook, but that chat bot isn't active right now for TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
Cool. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you. Next up. Yep. Oh, hold on. These are our questions.
Can I give you a hug?
Yes. Oh, you're so cute. You took the whole presentation. I was like, she's in there. You were with me.
I love it. This conference has kind of been the first time in a few years, honestly, that I've been excited about social media. Which is sad because I work as a social media specialist.
Yes.
Like, you should be excited every day when you show up, but I think it gets really mundane, especially when you're working with clients that maybe have very strict guidelines.
Oh, for sure.
For me,
yeah, TikTok changed the way I see marketing, and it just every day I just get so excited to do what I do.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's so fun. But I think this weekend we've talked a lot about finding your niche, narrowing that down.
Yeah.
And at 24, just getting out of grad school, it is difficult to be like, okay, what have I just been kind of mirroring and echoing back to people, and what's me, and who am I
As in on your account or on your client's account?
Kind of on my account to make sure that I have that reach as a professional, but I can still be that multifaceted person that everyone is.
Yeah.
Without we can only trust her for this type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself an expert in any area.
Wait, are you saying that on your account you're known as a social media manager?
I'm not known as anything right now.
Okay.
But I don't feel like I have enough experience or knowledge. I'm not the expert in anywhere.
So what do you, if you had a magic wand and this was what people are coming to you for on your account, what is that for you? Just choose one thing.
I'm a certified Disney adult, so definitely.
Okay, so why wouldn't you start going there? Or are you saying you're trying to figure it out because you want to get more clients, or what?
For me, it's I don't think in my brain that social media for clients is my end goal of my life.
Okay.
But I really have kind of been opened up to the possibility of it being something for myself as a connection tool because.
Okay, wait. So do you have a full-time job?
I do.
Okay.
As a social media specialist.
Okay. So your full-time job is social media strategist.
Completely fallen behind.
Okay, and you're trying to figure out how to show up on. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry.
No. So it's good for them too.
I work remotely, so I'm very
okay.
in person now.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, so you're trying to figure out how to show up on, because you don't really know where you want to go with it. Okay, so in that case, you just got to show up as you. You know who Alex Earl is?
Yes.
The only reason why we know who she is because she just kept showing up, right? She's the it girl who's now a billionaire because of Poppy, right? But we didn't know that about her. He was just this blonde girl who was at school who decided I'm gonna make TikTok my diary, right? And she just started like, 'cause we know her now as that, but she was just doing content. And then the more she kept doing it, then she started going, okay, I'm gonna focus on a lot of my get ready with me's, right? But she was like, hey, oh thanks. Thank you. You're the best. So like even like Charlie D'Amelio, right? Charlie was a dancer. She was just a dancer and decided I'm going to come on TikTok and I'm going to dance, right? And she just kept doing that. And then, Cabby Lane, he didn't really know what he was going to do, but when it started to hit, he stuck with it. Now I guarantee you Cabby wishes he probably talked a lot more because he can be more multifaceted, but you get to kind of decide like, I'm just going to come on and start talking as me, right? Now, a lot of us, when we start out as influencers, it's like nobody cares about us, like whatever. But that's how everybody started. It's like my new account on TikTok. I'm like, nobody really cares. But I just kept creating as me and whatever. And like an audience of people start to show up. And now they just keep showing up like 100 new followers a day on that new account. And it's just me talking about my weight loss journey, me talking about dating in Houston, so on and so on.
Last year, so.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's those things. People like, you have to look at yourself like Alex Earl today, but talking about what you want to talk about, whether that's Disney or it's like nothing related to your job. And then, you know who Maymay is? Yeah. Right? But we only know who Maymay is because she's just been creating, right? But she's like she's super regular. Maymay is, right? But she had to go, Maymay's going to create and I'm going to show up. And now she's got Cartier and all this so it's the same thing. It's just like you just have to value what you have and the fact that at some point in time that your audience is going to hit, but you have to talk about what is passionate to you. And like you said, Disney girl, you just lost weight, and you will see what starts to happen with you, and you'll be amazed in like 6 months of consistency of you just don't know. Yeah. Now we know who Maymay and Alex Earl is only because they kept going. But I guarantee you they were like, nobody cares about me getting ready in college. But now billionaire. And it's the same goes for you. So what you've been doing for the clients, you got to value for you and just start. And next thing you know, Disney's flying you on a cruise. And
oh my gosh, I wish.
But the only people on Disney cruises is because they were creating content and then Disney found them. That's it. There's a girl who cleans like Nikki's clean TikTok.
Oh, yes. She goes in and
so boring, right? Initially, but then you're like, she just had to start editing a certain way. Now we're all like, this is amazing.
And Scrub Daddy sponsors her now.
That's what I'm saying. Same thing, but you have to value you enough to go, I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna give myself 6 months. I'm gonna be consistent. And we all watch and go, what is happening? Like me in Houston right now, I'm like, okay, all right. Same thing.
Sorry to take so much of
it's
your
okay.
time, but like,
you're good.
oh my gosh, I totally just
That's okay.
You were very authentic. Like I feel like I could know you professionally and personally from the stage.
Thank you.
And you established yourself not like, oh my god, I'm this person, or oh my gosh, I'm this person, but holistically as yourself. So you had a firm line, but it wasn't aggressive. How do you think you dealt with, establishing myself as my authentic person and not, I offended this person, I pissed this person off, this person is now no longer my friend.
Yeah.
What was
so
that kind of transition like for you?
It's not easy, right? Especially like, because I mentioned like President Trump, there's the audience of for, against. Yeah. And so like through being on social media, through being someone who runs a business and then being a speaker, I had to start learning like my own social cues. I had to learn my own cues before I got on stage of like, okay, if I'm going to say this has to come before it. And then but I had to learn through like saying the wrong thing. It's like, anybody know who Ruby Frankie is? She's the Utah mom that abused her kids. Terrible. Just absolutely terrible. Oh my God. Just terrible, right? And so, yeah, she's in jail. And so I was at a conference and I was referencing, it was moms and I was referencing Ruby and I was like, bad. So, but I had to get my own cue of like, I shouldn't have said that. So then I had to because I don't really, you're figuring it out, right? So I've learned how in certain environments, if it's all black people, I can say certain because it's like, whatever, right? It's like today with the seasons, I was like, don't say that with the seasons. And I was just like, no. Because it's not true. Because it's not, I don't think that's true. I think it's just different, It's whatever, right? But I was having that moment of I'm not gonna say it, but because of my authentic self, I could say that out loud to the crowd without people being offended. Because I've learned how to go. I heard what I just thought. They're going, what is she thinking? And I get to go, I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking right now. I'm not gonna say it, right? And it made the crowd go, oh, what was she thinking? And so, or whatever. But I've had to learn that as a speaker, as someone on social, and then we're all watching people get canceled for saying this and saying that. And so the more that I watch others do the right and wrong things, I'm learning what is authentic to me. And my authenticity says, I'm not political, so I'm not anti him, I'm not pro him. I'm in the middle, and people go, well, you got to deal with it, because I just said I'm in the middle or whatever. But I've learned how to do that in a way where it doesn't erupt the room or whatever. But that's been a process. All of it's been a process. You're welcome. Yeah. You're so cute. I love you. You were the best of the crowd, I promise you.
Thank you.
Yes. Next, were you here? Huh? Oh, people get canceled all the time. They just get canceled. People just get canceled because they just, whatever. Go ahead, come on.
Hi.
Hey.
Caitlin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm also from Houston, but I live in Utah now.
Okay.
With Ruby, so.
With Ruby. Yeah, right. She's in prison.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What's your question?
Okay, so I struggle because I'm a realtor.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody does the same crap, showing a house. People want to see houses.
Yeah.
I struggle with content because I'm like, I can film any house and it's going to be beautiful. But these $1 million homes aren't what I sell anyway.
Girl, hey, y'all, that's Andrew and Pete. They're the best. Listen, I was just at a real estate conference and I showed them the power of creativity.
Yeah,
so
how do I be creative without
listen. Okay. All you need is the content. It's filming all the aspects of the house, right? In the daytime and the nighttime, all the things. Yeah. You got to use the trending audios, right? So there's this sound, I think it's she's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. You know that sound, right? And so there was a realtor and they were showcasing the pool. Okay. So it was she's an icon, one part of the pool, and she's a legend. It was this other part, and it was she is the moment, and then the beat changed, and it was nighttime. Oh, okay. And so then it was still the pool, but the lights are on, and it was they panned, and that video, millions of views. Okay. And it wasn't because it was anything groundbreaking. It was just the angles, and the person thought, okay, cut on this, and then pan on this. Same house, same thing somebody would sell walking through a normal, but they use trends, right? So that was a trending audio. And so it's everything that is creative today can be utilized in any industry, whether it was the lawnmowers or it's real estate. Doing real estate the TikTok way is not the norm, but it's groundbreaking because everybody's doing this. But it's it's like Duolingo with what they're doing. It's all that's groundbreaking, and that's why we're all talking about them, because they're finding creative ways to talk about a thing. So with you want to have fun with what you're doing. And if you're using the TikTok way of doing things that's not offensive or whatever, you will crush it. I watched the lady, she sold a 10 million house on TikTok just through creativity. She wasn't doing this. She was doing the TikTok way. And she sold a house. Somebody wasn't even in Florida. They saw it on TikTok and they called her.
Okay. Yeah. Because I don't sell the big, beautiful
Doesn't
houses,
matter.
So I sell these little ones.
The little ones, yeah.
The floors aren't
that one with the pool, there was no big house. It wasn't anything that was like LA. It was a regular house with a pool. House, yeah. But the sound, the angle, and then the nighttime pan when the beat dropped, everything. And people just go, why? And it's because it's not about you. It's about the person who is online, who is watching and going, I want to move to Utah, and I was thinking about a house. Let me call this person. They may not want that house, but because you got their attention, you're just getting attention. Yeah. And it's the creativity of that.
So that's easy, but it's hard to be. You have to be creative about it.
Yeah, but you don't have to. If you go to TikTok search and you can type in realtor or real estate, and you start watching you just take all those ideas for your own and then apply them. And then what's going to happen is then it's going to start training you how you hear this sound, and you're like, oh, I'm going to do that. Yeah. This is going to be the staircase. Oh, this is going to be all the cabinets. This is going to be all the storage. You see what I mean? But it's like you have to like let whatever's going on with them go. But over here, it's working super well. And that same thing, you put it on Instagram. You can put it on Facebook Reels. And you're going to have all these people saying, how are you doing that? What's happening with that? Because it's what's the word? It's like a cultural shift that you're doing. And they're like, we don't get it. Doesn't matter. Yeah. You're getting the people's attention through creativity because they're not doing it. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So cute.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Question? Hey, girl. Love your
so
jacket.
Glad I got to. I missed you last year, but I got to see you this year, and I follow you.
Oh, well, thank you. Wait, what's your name?
Lisa Kennedy.
Did I meet you before?
What?
Have I met you before?
I think last year.
Remember I saw your jacket earlier.
Yeah, but last year you saw my jacket, and you're on the lifeguard thing. Remember? And you go, "I love your jacket."
Oh, that's
and then I couldn't stop because I was going somewhere.
Yeah. I was wanting to do the lifeguard thing this year, but they wouldn't let us do it.
Yeah, it says no sitting, no climbing. I'm like, okay.
I think it's gonna break. I think that's why they're not letting us do it this year. Yeah.
Okay.
We doing a picture? Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. And DM me this too. You next.
Oh.
He's like, you're welcome. Thank you. So did I hold? Okay, probably shouldn't hold this. Yeah, thank you.
That way it'll still run.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta give this back to.
Oh, here I'll take it.
No, this is Connor's. This is Opus.
Oh.
I'll give it to him.
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute. Can you hold this for me? Yay. He's the best. I met him last year. What kind of mic is that?
Comic XD.
Okay.
Real good. Would you mind just hitting record? Thanks so much.
That's important.
So I'm just gonna ask you a few questions.
Okay. Cool.
What's going on, guys? SJ Tannenbaum, aka Sideline Suits. I'm here at Social Media Marketing World 2025 with Keenya Kelly. She is a social media growth strategist and TikTok expert who just gave a presentation called How to Go from Invisible to Influential with TikTok Marketing Strategies. She's been featured in CNN, HuffPost, and News Nation. First of all, Keenya, so good to see you again. How have you been?
So good to see you.
I met you last year. Last year's presentation was one of my favorites. This year, no different. Just to start off, share a little bit of the key takeaways that you shared in your presentation just now.
Ooh, key takeaways. First of all, you got to get people's attention. That's number one. Well, first thing, people think TikTok's going to get banned. It's not. I'm so excited about what's going to happen in 2025 once the U.S. says TikTok is safe. It's going to be amazing for those of us that are on the platform. But second thing is that it's really important to understand that you got to get people's attention, that TikTok isn't about dancing and all of what we thought it was in 2020. It is about a creative way to market a product or service or personal brand. And so if you're not getting people's attention initially and keeping their attention, then they're gone, okay? The second thing that I talked about was the power of hooks, okay? And when we talk about hooks, that's what happens within the first 1 to 2 seconds of your video. So your hook can be whatever you say, it can be text on screen, or something visual that's happening in the video.
What are some myths that you want to dispel that people have about what it takes to go viral on TikTok?
That you got to be dancing, that you got to do something that's off-brand, or that the video has to be super short, right? It used to be very short, but TikTok has really been pushing content that's longer than 60 seconds. So it doesn't have to be super short, you don't have to dance, and it doesn't have to be off-brand for you.
What are... Sorry.
It's okay.
So obviously you're a return speaker here at Social Media Marketing World. What makes you keep coming back, and what are you looking forward to most about this year's conference?
Well, first, it's an honor to be invited. So that's like, if he invites me again next year, your girl is here.
2026.
Right? Exactly. But also, I really enjoy the people, because it's like, when you're on social media, it's you and a phone at your house. You're literally by yourself. And when you come to Social Media Marketing World, it's everybody that's been connecting with you online, on social, or whatever, and you're able to really connect with people. But also, the people that I have been watching and learning from, I get to see. Like, I've been to so many different sessions that have taught me things that I didn't know about short video. That's like Nikki's presentation was insane. Adley's presentation was insane. And why? They know what they know. And so being able to connect with my community, but also the people that I admire, is like everything.
Last question before I let you go. Do you have any practical resources, a podcast, a newsletter, a website, something that people can access, download, keep for themselves for growing on TikTok?
Yeah, for sure. So we have, first of all, I have 150 viral hooks. It's visual hooks and audio hooks. And so you can go to KeenyaKelly.com/150 hooks and you can get those. But I also have a podcast. I just changed the name. It's called the If You Create It podcast. So they can listen, watch me on YouTube or listen on any kind of podcast player.
Keenya Kelly, social media growth strategist and TikTok expert. Thanks so much for joining us here at Social Media Marketing World 2025.
Bye. That was good. Look at you, the interviewer.
I appreciate it.
He had that.
This is my 14th one of the conference. You know,
Oh, dang.
had some reps.
Yeah.
Had some reps.
Who you got next?
Well,
you can't get Sean, because Sean's about to be keynote.
trying to get Sean.
Yeah.
I got Mike. That was
Oh,
that
that's
was
good.
tough.
Okay.
I asked him before the conference, I'm like, can I get you at some point? He's like, maybe on the last day. I'm like, all right, I'll fit it in. We'll
You
get
got
it
it.
at some
Oh,
point.
that's so good. Okay.
Do you mind if I take one picture for the
Oh,
thumbnail?
yeah, no, of course. Yeah, Sean, he would have been good to get yesterday. He's got that keynote. He's like, I'm sure he is in hiding. I would be in hiding if I was in the keynote.
Would you mind just taking a picture for us?
Take a few of them.
Thank you so much.
Sweet, thank
What's the
you.
best way to go about collabing with you on this reel? Should I message your
Oh,
team or
DM me on Instagram. It's always me.
Okay.
Yeah. If somebody random responds, just message again.
Sure.
Because she's checking everything while I'm out of town. But if it's next week, it's always me.
For sure. And
Yeah.
would you rather see the creator first or should I just post it now?
Let me see it.
Collaborator?
Let me
For
see it.
sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So good to see you.
Yeah,
I'll see you next year in Anaheim.
Yeah, for sure. You got to speak one time.
Give me a few years.
Okay.
We'll get on Mike's podcast first.
Oh,
I know,
yeah.
I know how the funnel works.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yes, you next?
Yeah, I was just wondering, did you say I was in the presentation, but did you say you do consulting as well?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. How do I find out information about that?
Noel, can you give me a card out of my purse? I'll get it. It's right there. Oh, perfect. I kept looking at you. You look like my dad. You literally look like my dad. I was like, Dad? I was like, and so he's got like big freckles, but I was like, wow, you look just like my dad. I was like, what's happening here? No, I'm like serious. Well, good to meet you. Yeah, good to meet you.
Hawaii,
Oh, nice.
We have a adventure park there where Jurassic Park, Jurassic World is filmed and stuff.
Really?
Oh, that's so cool.
I've never been to Hawaii. That's so cool.
So,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, just
We haven't
listen.
done TikTok yet. We've been waiting, but
Yeah, don't wait anymore.
Yeah.
I'm telling. Listen, 2020 was crazy, and the moment they say TikTok is, everybody's gonna run there.
Right.
And so if you're not there yet, you don't get the rush. I'm posting every day, and I'm like just waiting on the rush because it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be awesome.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thank you
good to
very
meet you.
much. Nice
You're
to meet
welcome. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I have a badge on. What's your name?
Roseanne.
Roseanne. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You were so patient.
Cammy said I had to meet you.
I love Cammie. Are you in Houston too?
No.
Okay.
I was dating a guy in Houston, but
Oh.
I'm in Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a matchmaker, and she said because I'm a matchmaker in 30 years, that I should meet you because of what you're up to with the friends group.
Yes.
And I thought that was really cool.
I'm trying my best to meet my man everywhere I go. I'm like, hello. I had to work with you. Come on, let's get a picture.
Let's do it.
That's funny. Well, that's so cool.
And I wondered, why TikTok? Thank you.
Only because I got on there because I literally heard when I was praying to get on TikTok in 2019. And so I had never had a video go viral on any platform until I got on TikTok. And then everything that I had been building for all these years, once I just took it and placed it, it just magnified it. So it was kind of like I was doing all the things. And that was the only place that is, to me, I feel like it's the only place where you can be yourself and you can build a massive personal brand or business brand like that, because the power of the algorithm, how people interact, how they engage, it's way different than any other platform, hands down. But I'm on all of them.
I'm a little nervous about it.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm just jumping in after 30 years of matchmaking. It's my wicked superpower offline.
Oh yeah.
So I'm about to share stories because I created headhunting.
Yeah.
Around romance headhunting.
You'll do extremely well.
Yeah.
Because you don't normally hear from the matchmaker. You normally hear from the matchmaking companies, but not the actual person.
I mean, I approach strangers.
Yeah.
And find them for the most eligible men.
Wow.
And 81 hit it off, married the first one.
Wow.
So wicked. And I'm a Navy veteran.
Oh wow.
So I got all that stuff, all the stories. They're just sitting in here.
Yeah.
Waiting.
So you got the goods. It's just like being brave and going to that place.
What got you from zero to like wanting to do this?
Well, I had spent many years in network marketing, so I knew the power of entrepreneurship and how much money people could make.
It's a brilliant model.
Yeah, exactly. And so then when I saw people who were making money building personal brands, I was like, let me figure this out. And so the more that I kept doing, I realized I could replace my income. And then I was like, let me just go all the way in on it. And so I just went all the way in because I watched the success of other people, but I didn't know I could do. I didn't know I could do it. I didn't know I would be successful. I just knew that I was willing to try and be consistent and see what happens.
What gets you your income?
Consulting. Well, I have digital courses, consulting, and yeah, for the most part. Brands come along periodically, but it's mostly consulting.
It's totally cool to meet you.
Yeah, you
I'm
too.
glad Cammy said something. I'll send her a selfie.
She was here earlier.
Yeah, she's in Mark's.
Oh, okay, perfect. Good to meet you. That's a wrap. Yay. Okay.